Hey, welcome back. This is Math, Chapter 4, Lesson 5, Convert Measurement Units. You're going to use this skill throughout your whole life. Let's start with a review of our previous lesson. Pause the video, show me these 5 problems in your math notebook. Make sure you read that word problem more than once. Check your answers here. Press play when you're ready to continue. Essential question: what does it mean to multiply and divide fractions? What will we learn today? To convert larger units to smaller units and smaller units to larger units. Our vocabulary: unit ratio and dimensional analysis. That's a big word. Number 1, convert 20 feet to inches. Okay, so feet to inches. Put your hands out and show me about what 1 foot is. If you had a ruler between your hands, where would your hands be? Now show me an inch. So if we go from feet to inches, we're going from larger to smaller. Let's see what we do when we go from larger units to smaller units. Since 1 foot equals 12 inches, the unit ratio is 12 inches per foot. Remember when we worked on rate? 20 feet equals 20 feet times 12 inches per foot. Multiply 12 inches per foot times 20. We put the 12 over 1. Divide out common units. Okay, so the feet over the feet, they cancel each other out. Our final answer will be in inches. Multiply 20 times 12, and we get 240 inches. So 20 feet equals 240 inches. Here's another example. Convert 2 miles to feet. So again, a mile is bigger than a foot. So we're going big to small. Like we did in the example, we multiplied. Pause the video, show all your math in your notebook, press play when you're ready to continue. Number 2, Marco mixes 1/4 cup of fertilizer with soil before planting each bulb. How many fluid ounces of fertilizer does he use per bulb? 1/4 cup equals 1/4 cup times 8 fluid ounces. There are 8 fluid ounces in 1 cup. Since 1 cup equals 8 fluid ounces, multiply by 8 fluid ounces over 1 cup. Then divide out common units. So see how we have cups here and cups there. Cups over cups knock each other out, or C divided by C equals 1. So we simplify them out. 1/4 of 8 fluid ounces. Remember that we're picturing this as 8 over 1, so we have 8 divided by 4, which is 2 fluid ounces. So 2 fluid ounces of fertilizer are used per bulb. Here's another example. At the grocery store, Miranda weighs 1 7/75 pounds of green beans for a recipe she wants to make. How many ounces of green beans did Miranda weigh? So you're going to take it from pounds to ounces. You're going from something larger to smaller. You're going to multiply. Show all of your work in your math notebook. Pause the video while you do your work. Press play when you're ready to go on. Number 3, convert 15 quarts to gallons. Now look, this is different. A quart is smaller than a gallon. When we went from larger to smaller, we multiplied. Let's watch to see what we do here. Since 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, and quarts are smaller units than gallons, use the ratio 1 gallon over 4 quarts. Notice they put the 1 on top. 15 quarts equals 15 quarts times 1/4 of a gallon. Remember, these quarts are going to knock each other out. 15 quarts times 1/4. Divide out the common units. Those quarts knock each other out. Our final answer will be in gallons, and that's what they're asking us to find. So 15 times 1/4 is the same thing as 15 divided by 4, and we get 3 75/100. You remember how to divide using decimals. 3 75/100 gallons. Here's another example. Convert 11 cups to pints. So visualize a cup. A cup has 8 ounces in it. But you've got a cup and a pint. A pint is bigger than a cup. There's actually 2 cups per pint. So convert 11 cups to pints. We multiplied by the inverse operation last time. Pause the video, show all your work in your math notebook, press play when you're ready to begin. Number 4, Yumika needs 4.5 feet of fabric to make a costume for a play. How many yards of fabric does she need? So we're going from 4.5 feet. So I'm going to read it more than one time, right? I'm going to get the gist of it. Then I'm going to go back and see what we're comparing. We got 4.5 feet of fabric. How many yards? So they want me to go from feet to yards. So I'm going to go from something smaller to bigger. I think I'm going to multiply by the inverse. Let's see what they show us. 4.5 feet times 1 yard per 3 feet. Notice how they put the 1 on top. Since 1 yard equals 3 feet, multiply by 1 yard per 3 feet. Then divide out the common units. So the feet over the feet, feet divided by feet equals 1, and they simplify out. 9/2 times 1/3. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. 9/2, 1/3 of a yard. Do you see anything we could simplify before we multiply? That's right, the 3 and the 9 have a common factor of 3. Now multiply 3 times 1 is 3, 2 times 1 is 2, so 3/2 of a yard, but that's an improper fraction. So I'm going to divide 3 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one whole time with 1 left over, and same stays the same. Your denominator stays the same. So Yumika needs 1 1/2 yards of fabric. Here's another example. Tracy kicked a soccer ball 100 feet. How many yards did she kick the ball? We're going to go from feet to yards. That's smaller to bigger. You're going to multiply with the 1 unit on top. Pause the video, show all of your work in the math notebook. If you have any questions, save them for the group. Press play when you're ready to continue. How did what you learned today help you answer the essential question? What does it mean to multiply and divide fractions? Here's your ticket out the door. Explain how your understanding of unit rates, how much for 1, help you to convert measurement units. So remember, in some of our past lessons, we studied rates. We studied unit rates. So how did that help us to convert our units? You might have to look back at the lesson to come up with something to write. Write a few sentences telling me your thinking. That's all for now.